just going to talk about, like, kind of where we're at financially, and what service projects we will be doing this year. Nothing has really changed from last year as far as service projects go, and then maybe what some of our goals should be. Okay, so here's just a list of current officers as of July 1st. Jim Fowler is our president-elect. Thank you, Jim, for that. And we've got Kathy and Kevin. Patty Rosdale is a board member, so thank you, Patty. And thanks to everybody else who has been doing it for a while as well. Okay, in 2025, so on your left-hand side, it just shows what our goals were for last year and what I would like to see the goals be for this year. So remember, our year starts July 1st, so it's 26 and 27. Membership, I would like to increase membership, of course. Feeding Vermillion, I feel like since we actually collected $2,330 last year, that we can surely increase that goal for Feeding Vermillion, even though because we blew our goal away, from the previous year. Duck race revenues, they seem to be pretty stable, so I just left those right where they were at. Okay, so beginning July 1st, we had approximately almost $34,000 in the bank. And then when we take into account, our anticipated what we're going to be taking in for the year, what we're going to be spending, and then what we budgeted for philanthropy, we still have $38,000 plus. And so we have a lot of room for maybe some other projects, some other things that we could give to. So always looking for suggestions from the group. So if you have any, please let me know. Okay, this is our budgeted philanthropy for this year. Nothing has changed from what it was last year. So you can, the dollar amounts and the groups that we give to are all the same. Any questions here? Okay. All right, so if we were going to look at spending down some of that excess money that we have, these are just some of the options. We could revisit some groups that we've given to in the past but aren't giving to currently. We could maybe look for some new things. I know one thing that came up in this last year is, we had a number of fires in Vermillion, and so we did, the board decided to give some money to local disaster relief. And so I feel like maybe that could be something that we could add permanently, something to think about. And I think probably my goal for the year is to increase membership. And what I would really like to do is get younger people in the community involved in Rotary so that it can be, sustainable. And so I don't have the magic answer on how to do that. But these are just some things we could think about. I guess I do encourage everybody to bring guests. Just bring them, All it costs you is like you pay for their lunch. And it might get some people interested. Speakers, Mike works very, very hard. Thank you, Mike, for getting all of our speakers lined up. But we're always looking for suggestions for what would you like to hear? So please let me know. Yes, go ahead.
What do you mean by younger members? Is my person, is Craig younger?
That's a good question, George. So I guess I anticipate, I would like to see maybe, getting people in their 30s and 40s involved. I think, yeah, exactly, yeah. It's a great question, though, yeah. So I don't know how we would get younger people involved. I don't have, like I said, I don't have the magic answer, but it's a goal, and it's something I'm going to be thinking about a lot and trying to figure out how do we do this. We have tried happy hours a time or two. Some have worked out well, some not so much, and maybe we were just not strategic. The ones that haven't worked out, maybe we weren't strategic about the timing, who we invited. So, you know, I welcome your thoughts on that too. If you think that would be something that we would be able to invite maybe a younger crowd and let them know what we do at Rotary and how it could benefit them. One of the things that does come up a lot, especially with younger members, is the cost. If your company doesn't pay for it. So, is there something that we could maybe help do to underwrite some of that? It's just a thought. Yes?
So how do your goal last year is 73 members, goal this year is 78. Where are we at? Are we pretty close?
I think we're at 71. Does that sound right, Kathy?
Okay, thanks.
So, I think we lost a couple to, they passed away, right?
Deb?
Yes?
A handful of years ago, probably 10 years ago, when I was fairly new as a member, we had a targeted invitation to one or two people to invite them to come free, gave them a free membership for a year.
Oh,
And then, it's kind of like a drug dealer, they got the first year for free, and they kept coming. And marketing technique.
Rand, do you remember if it was successful?
Yeah, Kelsey, I remember her staying because she was, we invited her because she was head of the United Way, and we had the United Way perspective in the room, and
They were the honorary memberships.
honoraries.
Okay.
We
Honorary
use,
for
we use
use.
honorary memberships to bring individuals.
Okay, that's a great idea. Yes, Robin?
We did that at Sioux Falls, Rotary Club, I was in the network.
Okay.
Members give them the first free, first free.
Good, all right. Yes, Jim?
Question, what, do we know, I'm sure we do, about what percentage are sponsored by their company, school versus the individuals that pay? Is it like 50% or?
Not even close.
So most people pay on their own? Okay,
So I do hear the inhibitor for younger people, and I'll quantify that under 35, cost is an inhibitor. So if there's, some little bit of relief maybe would be a consideration, 4 or 5 a year, or 6 months a year to help them see if it's worthwhile.
right,
And
yeah.
monitor if they drop off, if they do choose.
So Shannon, one of the younger people in our audience, yes?
Yeah, as someone who is just now joining Rotary and would have liked to join earlier, but does not have a level of income that can support that, because like the cost of Rotary is the cost of 2 car payments, per month. So, that it was a challenge, but my organization did get behind it this year, but they've only guaranteed my funding for 1 year, for example. So the rest of it will be on me if I were to continue. So just to give you a real life example of why this is difficult for people in my generation, you think like young professionals and professionals, we don't all make the level of income that could necessitate us being in the room. And that's detrimental to the community as a whole, because those are your next generation of decision makers, and they can't be in the room where conversations and decisions start to be made.
Thanks, yes. Chuck?
The happy hours that you're using, is that what we did with Vermillion Next?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
We also, in the past, had social gatherings, like 3 or 4 times a year when they were really going. And those were usually 5 o'clock to 6, 7 o'clock, something like that. And we moved them around to different locations in the community. That not only increased our visibility, but it took away from just meeting at lunch and service projects. It was more social.
Say what? Yes, okay. I love that idea. Yeah. Yes, Robin?
Have you thought about maybe putting on a website like we do for Feeding Vermillion for these younger members, so that we can help them?
That would be one way. Once again, I talked about, like, we've got money. So maybe this would be a worthy cause. again, something our board will have to talk about, but it's an idea. Okay. Yes, Ishmael.
Hello there. So I think I just wanted to chip in a little bit from my perspective because I consider myself privileged to have been invited by Dr. Ron, who's a very special professor to me, to be here. But I'm also thinking of how many people, my age know about Rotary being held in here. I don't think many people, or many students know about it, to be honest. And if they've heard about it, they don't know what happens here. They don't know what goes on. So, but I think every international student goes to the football game. And many community members go to the crypto, for example. So I believe that these can be avenues to create awareness about the Rotary Club and what happens in here to generate interest.
Thank you. That's a great, yes, creating awareness. Yes, Rand?
In that vein, we could extend an honorary membership for 1 year to some student campus leaders.
Mm-hmm.
So they would be the decision, they would be gatekeepers to that community, perhaps some influence.
Melissa?
Government, perhaps.
I mean, and along those lines too, we should do a little bit more planning with Rotaract. I mean, it fluctuates depending on sort of who's the students involved, but that would be good.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. Craig?
I was going to say the board could also consider laddering the fees, like years 1 through 5 is the lowest amount, years 6 through 10, another amount, and so on and so on.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm writing all of these down, so. Yes, Greg?
Is much of your 38,000 tied up in CDs, so it's not really usable during the year?
I think it's all in a checking account, isn't it? I think it's all liquid.
Yeah.
Yeah, all liquid.
We do get requests though that we don't anticipate. So
Mm-hmm.
that what's in the budget is what we anticipate we get on an annual, but there are requests that come in that we don't.
Mm-hmm. Right. Oh, and I'm not suggesting we spend all the money on this. It's just, maybe carving out a little piece of it.
And do we have one person, Melissa, that goes to Rotary meetings? Do we always have one so that we always have one that can bring one when they're...
I don't think anyone does, but that's
Tim used to do that.
Tim. I haven't seen Tim for a while, though.
I can volunteer.
The last 2 bike helmet days, we've had at least 2 or 3 Rotaract students at each one.
How often do they meet?
I'll talk with Elmira.
They're gone right now, aren't they? Yeah.
I'll get in touch with her.
Okay. Thank you, Melissa. Yeah. Okay. Yes, Jim.
Chuck's comment made me think that we have a Rotary folk at the bike helmet time. Why don't we do the bike helmet time earlier in the school year so that there's more opportunity for exposure to the club during the rest of the year?
Do you know why the date is what it is?
It's just, I think it just initially springtime and
Okay.
that's when the kids get on their bikes.
Get on their bikes? Okay. Okay.
But we could certainly invent something like that.
Mhm.
We'll Rotaract participate until fall.
It wouldn't have to be bike helmets, you're saying it could be something else? Yeah.
Community days.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The other scheduling thing was the bike helmets are during birth week, so that was sort of.
Oh, yep, got it. All right. Any other comments or questions? Oh, Mary, yes.
I think it's a really good idea if the board would consider setting up a special disaster relief fund. Every year, it seems like we have at least 1 or 2 fires or, disruptions of some kind. And, people need that support.
Mm-hmm.
And it might not necessarily be food.
Right.
It's other things.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yeah. Thank you.
this certainly is a very caring community. And when a disaster strikes, everybody comes. And if Rotary can be there, I think this is one of our special ideas that we're helping with this, that it will give us a little more stature and our name will be out there.
Yes, agreed. I really like the idea of maybe coming up with another thing that we can do with Rotaract. I don't know what that thing is, but I think if we all put our heads together, we could probably come up with something pretty good. And maybe do it in the fall instead of the spring, and keep bike helmets when they are. Robin?
So in looking at starting a new club, myself and my area, the biggest question I got was what's the difference between a Chamber of Commerce and a Rotary? So I think we might want to educate on what Rotary really is.
Yeah, that awareness and education kind of go hand in hand. Agreed. Okay. Well, thank you. I'm always here. Like, if you've got some suggestions, anything you want to say, please don't hesitate. And thank you all for being here. Okay, let's. Want to draw, Chuck? Okay. Dave Lorenz is, I feel like Janine and Dave like went a lot. All right. Well, Mr. Fowler, would you like to lead us in song? Thank you.
No, I would.
I know, yeah.
I'm not going to play the thing on my phone today. Let's see how it goes. My country is a big, sweet land of liberty.
One more pitch for Little Mermaid this weekend, please.